Hi, I'm Julia. Welcome to the Writer's Room again. Today I have for you a very short story. It is an introductory story to a larger body of work that I'm working on. This very short story is going to encapsulate a very long story once I'm done with it, but it's a lot of fun. It's a little eerie, but I think it might be a good listen for everyone. All right, here it goes. The title is Take Flight into the Night. He shot a sparrow from the open barn door. Its mate flew to where it fell from the sky. Then he shot her too. I was 16 when I watched these deaths converge. A mere 31 when I experienced that pain myself. Except I lived on and moved on, flew away to parts unknown. The moonlight casts its creep as I make it past my father sitting in his chair with the TV's light aglow upon his face as he watches reruns of MASH. I see him laughing as I pass the window. One of the dogs scoots out from under the porch and follows me, but only as far as the road's edge at the end of our driveway. Scout! He turns back and slouches. The dog turns back and slouches away and into the darkness. I walk silently down the gravelly dirt road. Its small rocks shift sideways under my feet in a backwoods hollow of West Hampton, Massachusetts. Being brave was my strong suit, but being a fool, I am the master of. I'm meeting a boyfriend tonight at the town line. The walk takes quick work. I'm there in less than 10 minutes. It's June, and the cicadas and peepers are singing loudly. The night is alive with critters that move within the shadows, too. I shuffle my feet against the dirt to cover their noises that press in on me. Time is passing slowly, and I am increasingly anxious that he is not coming to meet me. Several minutes pass by. Then a curious raccoon decides to comes to investigate why I am out here in the middle of the night. Closer and closer it comes. Too close for comfort. I begin to walk away, back towards my house. Down the old dirt road. Unfortunately, it comes too. I pick up my pace, not at a full run, but close. The coon nearly matches my stride now, all the while making a chittering and squeaking noise as it comes at me. On this dirt road, there is a very old Cape house that sits empty, very near the side of the road. Just past, through the woods, is my father's house. I cut over to the little old empty house and open a rickety old screen door and wedge myself in between it and a closed door. This raccoon is just not giving up. I look at him through the screen with my face pressed against it and worry. My friend the raccoon sits down and begins to wave his hands in a frantic manner, chittering and clacking about in its mouth as if it is giving me a talking to. This conversation goes on for a few minutes. My heart is pounding out of my chest as I stand there pinned in between the doors and the lesson I'm supposed to be learning. Several minutes pass, and finally it leaves off, back the way it came, and silently it disappears into the deep woods across the road from the old house that has become my savior. I am feeling released from its chasms and run down to my father's house at a breakneck speed, then up the driveway, past my father sitting aglow, then around the side of the house and back through a window I left open and into the safety of my childhood bedroom. If only I had stayed there, many birds would have flown free. That's it for now. As I said, it was very, very short, but sometimes there's things that I just remember that I never told anybody about. I don't think anyone knows about the raccoon that chased me down the road, and I wedged myself in between the two old doors of that house because it was like really serious. It was like really upset that I was like in its, I guess, out there in the night in its space, but this is the first time my father's going to find out about it too. I often thought that night, because I had snuck out of the house, that raccoon was like my father saying, you better get home right now. This small story is going to be painted into a much larger, broader story that'll probably take me quite a few years to do, but I'm going to slowly work on it. So this is really an introduction, this story. I hope you enjoyed it. It was sure fun remembering it just the way it happened so many years ago. And I see now how much I trusted being in the woods. It was really my playground. That night, it was definitely not. But I hope you enjoyed it and had some fun listening to it. And with that, I would like to wish you to think good thoughts and to say good words and to do good deeds. And thank you for subscribing too. Till next week.